Hello viewers, welcome back to class. This is Master Builders Online Academy. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are visiting this page for the very first time, and ensure that you turn on the post notification bell for more exciting videos. And also, don't forget our policy here for those that have been here and you that you are new here. One of our policy here is that no part of this video should be skipped, and this is for your own advantage. And ensure that anytime you are set to watch these videos and you are set to learn from us or learn from our social media online teachings, please avoid every unnecessary distraction. See how you can pay close attention so that you'll be able to maximize all the things, the ideas that we share in the course of the training. Now also guys, don't forget that if there be any part of this video you do not understand, and that's why it's coming in video format, you have the opportunity to replay the video over and over again until it sinks into your mental capacity. And with that now, let's get to work. Guys, on the board, we have relationship between metric units and imperial units of length. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, in our previous lesson, I mentioned that the unit of length, which happens to be one of the major or most useful fundamental physical quantity, can either be measured in metric units or imperial units. And so far so good, we have looked at the aspect of the metric units, how to convert the necessary metric unit to meter. And now I want to quickly look at the relationship, because sometimes this is practically for those in engineering or those who are on site for engineering purpose. Now, there is always a need for an engineer to have idea of both imperial units and metric units, because sometimes when you visit some sites, listen carefully, there are some people who only understand metric units, but they do not understand imperial units. And there are others who understand imperial units and they do not understand metric units. But as a good engineer, whether site fit or office engineer, you are expected to be good with the conversion of the necessary unit, because when it comes to site work, we take measurements of anything that we do, any little work that we execute on site, we take measurements. Alright? So that is the case. Now, first is to know what are the units of length that are recognized as metric units, and also what are the units of length that are recognized as the imperial units. Of course, this is very, very important, because you need to know them first before you can even distinguish between them or find the relationship between them. Now let's go. First is the metric unit. We may not be able to mention all, but at least we will give you units, idea of what we are talking about here. Okay, then we have this as imperial units. Alright, now for the metric unit, this is where you have meter, centimeter, millimeter, kilometer, etc., etc. This is it. So there are some site engineers or some people in field that they can only read this. This is the only way, this is the only thing they understand. Then for the imperial unit of system of units, we have here as foot, as singular, then feet as plural. So if I have one foot, but I have 2 feet. And with that, so when you have this as double E. So when I have a plural, then I call it feet. Then I have inch and inches. Alright? Then you have yard. For those who are tailors, yeah, they make use of yard. How many yards do you want to get? How many yards do you want to buy? How many yards do you have with you to be able to sew? That will be enough to sew the uniform. Or how many yards do I need to be able to sew this particular style for myself? This is in yards. So then we have miles. Just like that, etc. Just like this. These are imperial units. And for some site engineers, or those who work in field, whether site engineers or the foreman or every other laborer, the carpentry, the plumbing men, the electrical, all aspects of engineering, we need measurement. We use measurements. All right. So there are some people who are used to foot only, sorry, the use of foot and inches. Of course, these are the major ones we use on site for engineering. Are we there? Foot and inch. So very quickly, we are going to be looking at the relationship between these guys and this guy. So we want to know how the equivalent value of 1 foot to any of the metric cycle. Are we there? So now let's get started. In this case, I'm going to make it very brief and summarize. 1 inch or 1 inch is equivalent to 25 millimeters. And now, that is to say, the relationship between one of the imperial units is equivalent to one of the metric units. Now, if I know 25 millimeters, of course, I can convert 25 millimeters to meter, to centimeter, or even to kilometers, so I don't need to dwell much on this. Are we there? So, which is same thing as 2.5 centimeters or 0.025 meters, just like that, if you want to convert further. But understand, one of the things you must understand basically is that 1 inch or 1 inch is equivalent to 25 millimeters. Then number 2 is 1 foot is equivalent to 300 millimeters. And I can as well convert 300 millimeters to either meter, centimeter, kilometer, decimeter as I want. But these are the basic relationships that we studied. So if I convert this to centimeter, this would have given me 30 centimeters. So that is to say 1 foot is the same thing as 30 cm. 1 foot is exactly the same thing as 30 cm or 300 millimeters. And this is equivalent to what? 0.3 meters if I want to convert to meter. Just like that. But understand that these are the basic things that we need here. Okay? Every other can be converted. All metric units, we already know how to convert from one metric unit to the other. Are we there? Now, 1 foot is equally equivalent to what? 12 inches. Alright? 1 foot is equivalent to what? 12 inches. Okay? Now, this is the relationship between two imperial units. Between inch and foot. And both are what? Imperial units. So to convert from foot to inch, I will use this relationship, or convert from inch to what? Foot. This is the relationship that I need. So now, for instance, guys, if 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, without calculation, what is 2 feet in terms of inches? You just multiply this guy by 2, and that would have been 24 inches, right? Now, if I equally have 5 foot, 5 feet, all I need to do is to multiply 5 by 12, and that would have given us 60 inches. That is to say, 5 feet is equivalent to what? 60 inches. We may not have time to solve more problems, but I'm just telling you or teaching you how to have this done. So in case you have problems in converting from one imperial unit to another, or converting from imperial unit to metrics unit, or from metrics to imperial, vice versa, as the case may be. Okay? Now, this is it. Then what about yards? Of course, like I said, this one is mainly for tailors. And now this is practically for sciences. Alright? But let's quickly include yard. Okay? Now, 1 yard is equivalent to what? 36 inches. Now, if I know that 1 yard is equivalent to 36 inches, guys, what would have become 2 yards? 36 multiplied by 2, that's 72. It's as simple as that. What would have become 3 yards? 3 yards would have become what? 108, which is 36 multiplied by 3. It's as simple as this. Now that I know that 1 yard is equivalent to what? 36 inches. Now, what is 1 yard in terms of foot? It can be converted. Because 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So, understand that 1 inches would have been what? 1 over 12 foot. We will do all of this conversion, but I just want you to get the basics or the standard of their relationship. Now, what is 1 yard in terms of what? Metric units. 1 yard would have become what? 36 times 25. It's as simple as that. 36 multiplied by 25. 30, carry 3, 15, 180, 12, carry 1, 7. So I have 8, 900. So that means this is 900 millimeters. So 1 yard, guys, is equivalent to what? 900 millimeter, which is exactly the same thing as what? 90 cm. If I want to relate it with other metric units, or 0.9 meters. Okay? It's as simple as this. This is the basic relationship between the metric units and the imperial units of length. Now, guys, don't forget that 1 inch is 25 millimeters. 1 foot is 300 millimeters. Then 1 foot also is equivalent to 12 inches. 1 yard is equivalent to 36 inches, and 1 yard is equivalent to 900 millimeters. Every other conversions can be deduced from all of these standards that we have here. So we are quickly going to solve 1 or 2 problems. On the board, we are asked to convert the following. First is to convert 30 inches to millimeters. Second is to convert 12 feet to millimeters, and also 5 yards to millimeters. So we are going to solve it with the speed of light. So this is solution. Alright? Now from number 1, we have 30 inches. And we know that 30 inches is equivalent to 30 times 1 inch. Now guys, what is 1 inch in terms of millimeter? We said that 1 inch is tens of millimeter is 25 millimeters. Don't forget that 1 inch is equal to 25 millimeters. So when I multiply 25 by 3, I have 75. Then by 0, I have this. That is to say, 30 inches is equivalent to 750 millimeters. It's as simple as this. Then also when we get to number 2, we are asked to convert 12 feet towards millimeters. And we know that 1 foot is equivalent to 300 mm. It's as simple as this. Let's be fast. Now, therefore, 12 feet is equivalent to 12 multiplied by 1 foot. And we know that 1 foot is 300 mm. Then this will have given us 12 multiplied by 300 mm. Now, when we multiply 300 mm by 12, all you just need to do, 12 multiplied by 3 is 36. Then add the 2 zeros there. That gives us 3,600 mm. For those builders, you understand that 12 feet for room, 12 by 12 means 3,600 millimeter by 3,600 millimeter. Of course, you can convert from millimeters to centimeter and from millimeter also to meters, right? This is it. Then finally, number 3, we are asked to convert 5 yards to what? Millimeter. Also, to convert 5 yards to millimeters is simple. All I need to know is to know what is yards in terms of millimeters. 1 yard is equivalent to what? 900 millimeters. So then similarly, 5 yards is equal to 5 multiplied by 1 yard. And guys, what is 1 yard? We already said that 1 yard is what? 900 millimeters. Which we have this. And now, 5 multiplied by 9 is 45. Then we add our zeros, we have this as 4,500 millimeters. So guys, it is very, very easy to convert from imperial unit to what? The metric unit, if you understand their relationship. Now, I want you to understand their relationship very well. Then you can take any values of your choice and you can do same. Now, if I want to convert from millimeters to, all I need to do is to divide instead of multiplying. All of this now I multiply through. Is that correct? So to convert from millimeters to any of these other units that are here, to convert from millimeters to what? Inch, I divide by 25. To convert from millimeter to foot, you divide by 300. And to convert from millimeter to yard, you divide by what? 900. Is this taken? Yes. To convert from millimeter to inch, divide the given result, the given value, by 25. To convert from millimeters to foot, divide the given value by 300. Now also to convert from millimeter to yard, divide the given value by 900. I hope you have gotten value in this video. Please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. If you have not done so, and ensure you turn on the post notification bell for more exciting video. Guys, we love you. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.